Now you already know what time it is when you see a pot looking like this right here. Somebody from the South is throwing down in the kitchen. And what is this? This is a homemade pot of sauce. We have pig feet, pig ears, pig tails, all kinds of pig stuff in here. Hog maws in here. Yes, indeed, honey. You see it, you see it. Now, don't you want to know how to cook this? Keep watching and I'll show you. Alright, y'all, so to get started making our pot of sauce, the first thing that we have in our pot is water. Now, to our pot, we are going to add our meat. Now, if I was not recording this video, my meat would already be in my pot, but because I want to show you all step by step what I'm doing, I'm going to add this meat here while we are doing it together. So what I have in this bowl is my sauce meat. And the sauce is a mixture of like pig ears, pig tails, hog maws, or the stomach, as some of you may know it as. Just all different cuts of the pig. Now, for the most part, I have cleaned it and got most of all of the excess fat off of it because I don't like a lot of fat inside of my final dish. But that is up to you. That's your business, how you do it yourself. Also in here, y'all, this is cut up pig feet as well. So all I'm going to do is just add this to my pot. And I'm not going to season it right away because as it originally begins to boil, it's going to have like a foam on the top from all the blood and stuff that comes up out of the meat. And so I usually take the time to skim that off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this boil here for a few minutes, maybe like 15-20 minutes. And then I'll come back and show you what I mean about what I'm going to skim off the top, okay? Alright, y'all, so my pot has been boiling for about 15 minutes, and I just want to show y'all, I hope y'all can hear me very well because I have the fan on the top. You see this right here? This, I am skimming this all off of the top of my pot, and once I skim this off, I am going to put fresh water on it, but I like to take this off first. So there, I'm just going to spoon that all out like so. And as you can see now, I've pretty much cleaned all of that. And then I am going to put fresh water on here so that I can just let it boil and cook in fresh water. So once I put the fresh water, I'll be back. Alright guys, here we go. So I have changed my water on my meat. That is good to go. That is looking quite nice right there. So what I'm going to do is just add a few seasonings to this so that it can boil down. The first thing I have here is some distilled vinegar I'm going to add into here. And I'm just going to go round in a circle just like that with my vinegar. And this is going to help tenderize the meat and everything. And then I'm also going to add some Mrs. Dash in here right now. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Just so my meat can have some seasoning to it and it don't taste too fresh. Okay? And then I'm going to give this a good stir. And I'm going to let this boil, y'all, for about a good hour and a half. Okay? So once it boils for an hour and a half, it's going to cook down some. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another pot on my back eye right here, and this pot is going to just be a pot of water. So when this cooks down some, I can add a little bit more water into it so that it can continue to cook. But I don't want it to be too low before I add my vegetables. And that hot water is going to make it where it continuously boils when I add the water in, so that it's not going to make it shock my meat. All right, so I will see you guys in an hour and a half. Alright, y'all, it has been an hour and a half, and I'm going to show y'all what we got. So y'all see that right there? See how the pot has cooked all the way down here. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to pour over this, my hot water, my pot of hot water, And that's just going to keep boiling because the water is hot. Now, as y'all can see here, my pot kept boiling because I added that hot water into it, right? And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my seasonings to my pot. Now, once I add my seasonings in my pot, y'all, I'm going to let this cook for another 2 hours with the lid on it on medium heat. Okay? So what this is right here is this is Lipton. Can y'all see that? Okay. All right, here we go. So this is Lipton Secrets right here. There it is. Lipton Secrets. And this is the onion soup mix that I'm just going to add in here. Right? So I'm going to add my onion soup mix like so. I'm also going to add in here some oregano. And I'm just eyeballing this, y'all. So I would say that's about a teaspoon. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of paprika. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of thyme. I'm going to add in me some parsley flakes. Take that lid off of there. So I'm adding in some parsley flakes. I'm going to drop in some bay leaves. Going to add to it a little bit of sage. And if you don't have all these seasonings, y'all, just go ahead and season it to taste, to what you like, right? That's all you gotta do. Add in a little bit of black pepper. Y'all know a pot ain't a pot without a black pepper. I'm gonna add into here 2 tablespoons of Imperial. Y'all know I gotta have my Imperial, y'all. So I got my 2 tablespoons of Imperial right there. Give all that a good stir up. Like so. Y'all, this pot smells so, so, so good. And now that I've added my seasonings. Oh, got one more seasoning I'm going to add here. Add a few red pepper flakes. Not much, just to give it a little bit of kick. And then I'm going to add some garlic. Let me go and get my garlic out of the refrigerator. Alright, y'all. So I got my garlic out of the refrigerator. I'm going to add about a good tablespoon of minced garlic into this. I am going to add also a tablespoon of sour cream. Sour cream is totally optional, so this is not something that you have to add. I just like the flavor of it in my food. And I'm going to stir it around really good. It gives it just another level of creaminess to the pot. Alright. So now that I got that in there, the next thing I'm going to add is some mushroom soy sauce. Now, if you don't have mushroom soy sauce, you can add Worcestershire sauce to this. And pretty much the purpose of it is for browning, just like you just see it there. Just got brown. Y'all, when I tell you this pot smells oh so good. And the last thing I'm going to add in is all of my vegetables. Now I have yellow bell peppers, red bell peppers, green bell peppers, celery, onion. And my bell peppers, I cut up a quarter of each pepper. A quarter of a yellow bell pepper, quarter of a green bell pepper, quarter of the yellow bell pepper, 2 stalks of celery, 1 whole medium onion. And y'all know what we about to do? We are about to stir, taste, repeat. Alright? Because y'all know how I roll over here. We ain't eating no bland food, right? So you want to taste your food, make sure it's where it's going to be. because all we're gonna do, y'all, is just let this cook down. That's it right there, y'all. Now I can add a pinch of salt to it. If y'all remember, I added salt earlier, so that's why I didn't add any just now. Because you don't want to over salt your food. You want it to have a nice flavor, but you don't want it too salty. And remember, when this cooks down, all of the flavors are going to be melded together, so you definitely don't want it too salty. Okay? But that's it, y'all. Now I'm going to let this cook down. And I'm going to let this do its thing with the lid on for 2 hours. There it is now. And again, I have it on medium flame. 2 hours is going to cook down. We're going to let it cook really slow. That way everything can fuse together and get all nice. And one thing I'm going to add in here at my last 45 minutes is I have some white potatoes. Actually, they're red skin potatoes. But I'm going to add my potatoes in here just so it can thicken my gravy some. If you don't want potatoes in, you can make you a slurry in a cup with some cornstarch and water, or some flour and water, whatever you want to use as your thickening agent. But for me, I am using white potatoes. Okay, all right, guys, I will see y'all in an hour and 15 minutes. All right, y'all, so it has been an hour and 15 minutes. Actually, it's been an hour and a half. And I just want to show y'all my pot here. Y'all see how it's still boiling? Everything has cooked down. It is for the most part done. But what I'm going to do now is add in my potatoes. I always add my potatoes in at the end because I don't want them mushy. I just want them done. And again, I just use this to add an extra thickening because y'all can see without the potatoes. Y'all see how like this is nice. It's a nice gravy already. For me, the potatoes is a personal thing, okay? Do you have to add your potatoes? Absolutely not. If you don't want potatoes, don't put them in there. But for me, this is a personal choice. So I'm going to just go ahead, y'all. Let this cook down for the last 30 minutes. While this is cooking down for the last 30 minutes, I'm going to steam me a pot of white rice as well as put me some cornbread in the oven, honey. And when we come back, it'll be time for us to plate up so we can eat up. All right, y'all. So it has been a half hour. And here is our final pot. Okay. Our potatoes are done. You see how everything has cooked down. We have a nice rich gravy in our pot. This it, y'all. This is it. I have steamed my rice over here. Y'all can see this nice pot of steamed white rice that we are going to have. Y'all know earlier this handle right here was really hot, right? So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate all of you who come over and support my channel. Thank you so much. If this is your first time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. For those of you who are returning, please make sure that you leave your comments below. If you want to see me make something on this channel, leave that in the comments also. And guys, if you decide to try this recipe, let me know what you think. Because right now, honey, it's time for us to plate up so we can eat up. We got the rice, we got the sauce, we got the cornbread, honey. We got the cold drinks in the refrigerator. Thank you all so much for watching and tuning in. And don't forget to share our video with your friends and family. Have a great day.